What it do, vinyl community? My name is Brian, that's Brian, and man oh man, this is mail time number 11. Yes, folks, mail time number 11. All these records that I'm about to show y'all are from what I've purchased while I was gone. That was a span of two and a half months, and yeah, for that long in this heat here in SoCal, in a room that doesn't have AC. It can be kind of risky, but thankfully these records, you know, they came safe and with no warp issue. At least for the majority, there is one record I believe where there is a slight warp. I'll mention that in when I show the record. But and before I get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and to those who have been watching for a while and is subscribed, welcome back. Again, always appreciate you guys watching these videos. Um, Comment down below what were some of your summer purchases for records. Um, would always be interested, like your great summer vinyl pickups. Just really curious as what you guys picked up, and if you guys went anywhere, leave it down in the comments. Where'd you guys go during the summer? Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the records. I have 10 records to show today. I did purchase more on this trip, but I just decided 10 I think is good enough for me to show for one video. If you're new and don't know, I tend to put out long videos because of my rants. But anyways, the first one is a 10-inch as per usual. This is Earl Hines Volume 2. And although it doesn't say Volume 2 here. Oh, actually it does say Volume 2. I was looking for it, but yeah. Earl Hines Volume 2. It's on dial. It's one of those I don't like to say old, but I can't think of another word. It's one of those that was put out in 1953, although the material on here was recorded, I believe, according to Discogs, 1949. Not sure if it's entirely true, but yeah, Earl Hines, and this is a 10-inch. So you have a trio on this first side of the record, and you have I believe it's either a quartet or quintet. It's been a little bit since I've spun this one, but on side one you have Earl Hines on piano, Arvell Shaw on bass, and Wally Bishop on drums. What's interesting, well, interesting for me at least, so there's 3 tracks on side one. The first 2 tracks, it's just Earl Hines, and then the last tune on side one is the trio. And then side 2 or side B, what you have, let's see, 2, 4, 5, a quintet, and of course you have Earl Hines on piano. Now you have clarinet and trumpet on here, so you have Barney Biggert on clarinet and Buck Clayton on trumpet, as well as Arvell Shaw again on bass and Wally Bishop on drums. It's a really good record. I enjoy, me personally, I enjoy these dial 10 inches. They're not, the best sounding, but I like the material on here. What's not credited, I guess, is someone scat sings on side 2. I can't remember which track, but there is some scat singing or scatting, however you see it. And then there's this cover. I mean, this is an awesome looking cover done by Burt Goldblatt. I always enjoy these Burt Goldblatt covers. Just something about them always appealing. And yeah, this one, very happy to have. Got this on eBay. Can't remember for how much though, but again, all of these were records that I got while I was away, so I believe this was one of the first ones that I purchased while I was gone. And so when it got here, it was, I think, one of the longest ones that was here, not open. Again, these weren't open until I came back. So anyways, there's no warping issue on this one, thankfully. Okay, thankfully I have the next record that I'm going to show you is the one where I did mention in the beginning of this video, you know, the warping stuff, but it's not a huge warp issue. It's just like, you know, I don't know if the previous owner, I think they did mention it now that I'm recollecting my thoughts here in the description. Perhaps they mentioned something about the warp. This is another eBay purchase. I'm starting to get into this label. I've seen it a couple times at record stores. Actually, my local record shop had a few of these, but I decided to pass on them because of other records that I picked up. But this is one that I wasn't familiar of, not the label but the musician, and this is Dewey Redman, Tarek. This is on that Actual label. Not sure how to pronounce it, but from my understanding, this is a French label, and there are some notable musicians, jazz musicians that recorded for this label, and so there's some stuff out from this, and I believe there are reissues of this label that's been put out, but I'm not sure if it's, you know, all analog. Anyways, besides the point, Dewey Redman. This is some free jazz stuff, and I really found this label here on the wax very interesting. I'm not sure what it is, but it's interesting looking to me. And yeah, I mean, this is one of those records that I got. I think this was put up on auction, and I placed a bid and I won. And I mean, the front cover, it does have some stains, some watermarks, I'd say, here, and then on the back you can sort of see some stuff here. But anyways, this is free jazz, and the personnel has Dewey Redman on tenor sax and Musette, which I found that instrument to be quite interesting because I don't think I'd ever heard Musette or Muset. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I really enjoyed it. Anyways, Malachi Favors on bass and Ed Blackwell on drums. And yeah, I mean, this is the gatefold of this record. And as you can see, it does have damage. There is some damage done at the bottom. I knew this was already there because the seller listed it in the pictures and stuff. So I think I got this for around $25 or something like that, maybe 30. But anyways, it says recorded October 1st, 1969, Studio ETA, Paris. So yeah, it's the French label. Like I said, I've seen some of these records from this label, and unfortunately I've passed on a few that I somewhat regret now that I, you know, talking about it. But you know, the fact that this is the very first record that I own on this, I'm very happy about this one. I really do enjoy it. I don't think it's for everyone, but you know what? It is what it is. I mean, this is one. If you're into this or trying to get into this label, I think it's best to um give a sample of the records that you want to get from here, because um I do know that some of these do go for a lot. So if you are on a budget and don't sample them before you purchase them, I don't want people to regret what they're purchasing before they, you know. Anyways, like I said, this is the one that does have a slight warp issue, but it still plays perfectly. It's in really good condition too, beside the warp. Next up, we have the Prestige Swingville um, record here, and I got this one for also a pretty good price on eBay. All of these, I think most of them, not all of them, are eBay purchases. I think maybe one of them turned out to be a Discogs purchase, but I think that's towards the end. Anyways, Prestige Swingville 2001. This is Coleman Hawkins with the Red Garland Trio. I think this was put out in 1960, if I'm correct. But this is an awesome session. It features Coleman Hawkins on tenor sax, Red Garland on piano, Doug Watkins on bass, and Specs Wright on drums. Yeah, Coleman Hawkins has a nice tone on here. And, you know, of course, you have Red Garland and Doug Watkins. Two amazing musicians in their, you know, instrument. It is one of these that I've been wanting for a while now, maybe like 2 years or so. I've been looking for this record, and when I saw that someone had listed this on eBay, I think either I got it from a best offer. Yeah, I think it was a best offer, and you know, you can see there are some um I don't know what this is, but it's definitely not like some of the cleaner covers that I've seen online, but that's besides the fact. This is the first. Actually, I don't know. I can't remember now if this is the first Swingsville record that I own. I think I have a. I know I have a few Moodsville, and now that I think about it, I think this is the first Swingsville record that I have now. But yeah, there's some awesome tunes on here. I mean, this is early 60s. Well, I believe the session was done in the late 50s, but this wasn't put out until 1960. And yeah, this is a first US. I noticed on Discogs there is there's also a European pressing of this, but I knew this copy wasn't a European pressing because on the back, if you do own a European pressing of this, it will say something along the lines of distributed in Europe or something like that. But under here, and I found that interesting. I knew, you know, other parts of the world were putting out these records, and obviously when other parts of the world put out records in the same time period that this, you know, the U.S. releases and stuff, some of them will look the same, and some of them will look differently. But for this instance, the this release, the U.S. release and the European release, do have some very similar similarities if you look on if you compare them. But anyways, yeah, I just thought that was an interesting small detail that I caught. I'm always excited to when I see these Swingville, Mooseville, Prestige subsidiaries, if that's what they are, uh, online, or especially better look for them in the stores at your local record store. But so far, I have not had the luck of finding these subsidiaries um, in the wild. But um, we move on. All of these next ones are going to be Blue Note, starting off with this one by the Three Sounds, Vibrations. So here I have the stereo press, and I believe I got this one off of the Whatnot auction from the record parlor. Can't remember how much I paid for. I think it was either $10, $15, and I think I might have overpaid. I don't know, but at the time, when I think at that period, I was while I was away, I was like, I think I might have been just sitting down, chilling, seeing if there were any Whatnot auctions or any interesting auctions, and then I saw that the record parlor had started this Whatnot auction. Their jazz. I don't think they do it anymore now that I came back, but at the time, literally like a month ago or 2 months ago, um, they had this listed, and yeah, I placed a bid, and this came home, but it's not in the best shape. Um, I don't think I paid $15. I think I can't remember honestly, but this is, in my opinion, a very good Three Sounds record. Some people might not like the Three Sounds. I'm not sure why, but it's just literally a trio. It's in the name, Three Sounds. Anyways, so you have Gene Harris on piano and organ, Andrew Simpkins on bass, and Khalil Mehdi on drums. And there's a nice variety of tunes on here, um, on each side. Well, side two has only 4 tracks, but I mean they're pretty lengthy. One of my favorite ones, well, one of the ones that I found interesting because I don't see this tune on these on these albums of the time period, at least for jazz. Um, they did a cover. They covered "It Was a Very Good Year," and although it was only 2 minutes and 45 seconds, I enjoyed it. I really did. Three Sounds is one of those groups that I've been trying to collect more. Um, I already have my eye on the Here We Come record, and I did have the, what is that one Three Sounds record? The green cover, and I think it has the three guys, the three musicians on the cover. I had that copy. I had a mono copy of it, but it was just in the roughest condition. Um, Mind you, I had paid not that much for it, but obviously didn't pay uh, much for it because it was already it was already trashed, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, most of the tracks had skips and stuff, and especially on St. Thomas on that record. Anyways, yeah, the Three Sounds, Vibrations. Um, Not an expensive record to get, I don't think. So if you see it, give it, or if you want to, stream this before purchasing a copy, you could do that too. Because, like I said, not many people, or not a lot of people, enjoy Three Sounds. I don't think they do. I don't see it. I don't see many people talk about Three Sounds, and yeah, it's a bummer, but I really enjoy this one. The next record is a Bobby Hutcherson record, and I always knew about this record, but something about the cover just did not. I don't know. I've never been a fan of this cover, but this is Bobby Hutcherson, Total Eclipse. I get it. This is Bobby Hutcherson's album. This is his. You know, if he wanted to put his face in this cover on this cover, you know, that's perfectly fine. But anyways, um, ignoring the cover, or just moving past the cover, the music on here is really good. You have a great lineup on here as well, because you have Harold Bland, who plays tenor sax and flute, Bobby Hutcherson vibes, Chick Corea on piano, Reggie Johnson on bass, and Joe Chambers on drums. Man, this group can really, really freaking play together. I mean, this is one. Um, this is one of those that I don't listen to that often. Even before I purchased a copy of this one, but there was a year where I would just listen to Bobby Hutcherson's what is the album, San Francisco, with Harold Land. I could not stop like listening to that record. I still don't have a copy. I know that Blue Note released it in their classic vinyl series, or is that what it's called? Yeah, classic vinyl series. But still, I haven't really been listening to the album now as I used to back then. But um, Total Eclipse has been on my radar for, I think, at the beginning of this year. I think my local record store had this. Um, I think maybe in the beginning of this year, or in the middle of this year. But point is, people were after these Bobby Hutcherson records. I noticed that this has been up in price. Um, but I think you could still get this under $100. Um, I got this one for, I think, $40 on eBay, and yeah, this is a stereo copy. I don't think you'll notice it on the thing on the camera, but there is like a promo stamp. I don't know why there is. I'm pretty sure this is like not an official one, but I did see the copy on eBay. I think this was an auction, but um, I had been wanting this record since, like I said, the beginning of this year, and you know, Bobby Hutcherson stuff has been going up um, for a while now, so better to get it now than, you know, than cry later. You know that saying here in the vinyl community: buy now, cry later. And yeah, this is the Liberty label. Um, it's a also reason why I got it was because the description said that the vinyl was like VG plus or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I always enjoy the Bobby Hutcherson and Harold Land stuff. I know they did another one on, what was it, Mainstream? I could be wrong, but I know they did another one around the same time that the San Francisco record came out. But yeah, I mean, again, you have those two as well as Chick Corea, Joe Chambers, and it's a phenomenal session, in my opinion. This has I don't think that this has been put out. No, I don't think this has been put out, but hopefully Blue Note can put this out maybe next year. I can't remember what they announced for the list of the classic vinyl series, you know, for 2024. I know Happenings it's on there, but yeah, this is one that people should keep an eye open for, because despite the cover, the music on here, chef's kiss. So this next record, I was even surprised I won this one. Another eBay purchase. This was a auction. Um, uh, this was I won this off of the eBay auction, and I honestly got this for a really good price, and I'm very happy to have this. This is Donald Byrd, and this is a Donald Byrd record, and this is later, late 60s. I've been on the lookout for this record. When I got this for $40, I was like, score. Because not only is this Donald Byrd's Blackjack, this is the mono pressing of Donald Byrd's Blackjack. I got this for, I think, a very, very, very good price. $40. Um, I told myself that I was gonna have to win this one way or another, despite the condition of the jacket. As you can see right here, the top part has some tape, um, some taping, as well as the bottom. But the wax itself is super, super clean. And this is some good post-bop. Um, this is a good post-bop album. And I believe this was put out in 1967. 1966 or 1967. And like I said, I don't think you ever see these mono pressings of Blackjack. Um, as you can see, the back here, it's not in the best, the jacket, but I'm just happy to own a copy now of Donald Byrd's Blackjack. And like I said, it's a good post-bop album. Typically, you'll see the 33 and a third stereo, but for this one, it's has that micro groove um, word printed on here, and this doesn't have the Van Gelder stamp. I don't think there were any Van Gelder stamps on here, or on these pressings at least. But it does say it is recorded by Rudy Van Gelder. So now that I think about it, I don't know if the stereo pressing has the Van Gelder stamp on the dead wax, but yeah, I have been. When I came back home, I was just looking forward to opening this and spinning it too, and I tell you, it sounds phenomenal. Donald Byrd on trumpet, Sonny Red on alto sax, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Cedar Walton on piano, Walter Booker on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. Yeah, Sonny Red and Hank Mobley kill it on this album. I mean, Donald Byrd is is freaking phenomenal here as well. Now that I think about it, um I don't think there's been a proper reissue of Donald Byrd's Blackjack. So hopefully, the Tone Poet series can touch this record. Maybe, if not Tone Poet, then the classic vinyl reissue. But yeah, Donald Byrd. I'm pretty sure the stereo um is easy to get. Maybe not. I honestly can't remember. But if you can find a copy of this, maybe not mono copy, but a stereo copy, either copy for a good price, get it, because I mean, this has a terrific lineup. and good music. Donald Byrd. You know, speaking of Donald Byrd, I was also fortunate to get another Donald Byrd copy, or another Donald Byrd record on Blue Note. This one is actually an earlier session, but this copy that I have is a reissue. So this is Donald Byrd's. Well, before I say it, this is a Classic Records uh, pressing of Donald Byrd's Bird in Flight. I think that's the name of the record, right? Hold on, let me see. Bird, yeah, the Bird in Flight. But this isn't just the ordinary Classic Records Bird in Flight. This is the Classic Records test pressing of Donald Byrd's Bird in Flight. I don't know why they included the 45. It's not in 45, it's a 33 reissue. But yeah, as you can see right here, Classic Records test pressing. Let's see, June 19, 2008, I guess, is when they pressed this, or I don't know. But yeah, I've been wanting a Classic Records pressing of this record for quite some time now. I don't know if you guys are new. I collect the Classic Records jazz stuff. I also have a video on that. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys are interested in watching what I have. But yeah, this Donald Byrd record, which I also have the Tone Poet of right here. So this is Bird in Flight. This is one of the earlier Tone Poets that Blue Note put out. The difference between this one and the Classic Records is that this one is in stereo, and the Classic Records is in mono. So I did a little comparing, and me personally, I enjoy the stereo, the Tone Poet of this record. But okay, so I didn't notice that during the video it had cut off, so I'm recording the last few parts here. But as I was saying in the other clip, the I preferred the Tone Poet over the Classic Records. Now, keep in mind that the Classic Records here is in mono and the Tone Poet is stereo. Actually, now that I think of it, I don't know if it originally came out as stereo. I don't know if there was ever like a stereo release when the mono came out, but I will say the first tune on here for Donald Byrd's Bird in Flight, for the Classic Records, it did sound better than the Tone Poet, but I still prefer the Tone Poet over the Classic Records. And also, I know that, I mean, both of these are in stellar condition. I don't think this one was ever played, but even after the fact that this looks clean, the disc, I did hear some like scuffs and a few noises. I mean, I've already cleaned this record, so maybe I need to do like another cleaning, but it looks clean. But you know, I just prefer this Tone Poet of Donald Byrd's Bird in Flight. And yeah, I mean, that's the Classic Records, who believe the guy that started or founded Classic Records, I think his name is Michael Hobson. So these next records are actually quite interesting because on eBay, I'm not sure if it's Michael Hobson himself, but there is a there's a seller page of someone listing Michael Hobson's records, his personal records. So I'm guessing it's Michael himself who's doing it. But here's actually two Blue Note records that I got from his collection. First one, Blue Note 84137. This is a stereo pressing of Jackie McLean's One Step Beyond. Yeah, this has for the Michael Hobson, his personal records, he always left a little sticker here. It says Classic Records MH, which are his initials, and then archive. But as you can see right here, this is a stereo press. I can't remember what year this particular pressing came out, but this also has a I don't know if it came with the original inner sleeve. Okay, it did. It did come with the original inner sleeve. From what I remember, some of Michael Hobson would always leave like a post-it note of the particular pressing, the condition of it, and stuff. I mean, it does have like a tear. It is tearing here in the front, but it's I mean, it's not in the best condition, the jacket, but the wax is pretty freaking clean. So here it is. So it has the Van Gelder. There is no P. But yeah, stereo. I believe this is like 1966. 1966, I think. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is some good post-bop record. And the lineup here, you have Gretchen Moncour the third on trombone, Jackie McLean on alto sax, Bobby Hutcherson on vibes, Eddie Kahn on bass, and Anthony Williams, aka Tony Williams, on drums. Yeah, 84137. So this is the first Jackie McLean record that I got from Michael Hobson's personal collection. The next one happens to be another Blue Note record and another Jackie McLean Blue Note title. So this one, when I was opening them, because they came together, I thought both of the records that I have here were stereo, but this one turned out to be stereo, and then I forgot that the other one was mono, and that actually got me excited. So this is an original mono pressing of Jackie McLean's Right Now, Blue Note 4215. And as you can see, it has the post-it notes that I mentioned earlier, and as well as the MH initials. So let's see what the post-it note says here. Original Deep Groove New York label, mono pressing, plays very well with generally quiet surfaces. RBG big mono sound is in full force on this I'm not sure what that says, recording of Jackie playing with Larry Willis on piano, Bob Cranshaw on bass, and Clifford Jarvis on drums. Yeah, I mean, despite the condition of the jacket, as you can see right here, not in the best shape, but the wax itself is very, very nice. And of course, it comes with the inner sleeve, Blue Note inner sleeve here. And here's the back. I think I got this under $100. I think it was like around 90. But for the two, I think it ended up being like uh almost 200. I don't know. I forgot already. But yeah, Jackie McLean, another great like post-bop record, and the lineup here is also incredible. Now, it is just Jackie McLean on the alto sax on, so he's the only horn on there, compared to whereas the other title, which is what is it called? One Step Beyond. Yeah, One Step Beyond. It features um, Gretchen or Gretchen McCord. So I always enjoy trombone, in especially in a Blue Note title. But hearing Jackie McLean himself on here is also very, very nice, because he'll be like he'll be the spotlight here for most of the time. But as you can see here, it is in mono, and beside the label uh, stuff, as you can see right there, I'm not sure who did that, but it's on both sides, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to have a copy of this, because it's been quite some time since I've had my eye on this particular record, as well as the other one. I think both of them already came out as Music Matters, and the Music Matters pressing go for, a lot, especially considering it being a Jackie McLean record. But yeah, uh, Jackie McLean right now. Hopefully, Blue Note touches this title. I don't know. I can't remember if they already announced this. Probably not, but they haven't. It's now a good time to think about having this, on the list soon. And last but not least, the Discogs record. The only Discogs purchase that I got while I was away, and I'll be completely honest. When it comes to this particular jazz musician, I don't really collect his records. I'm more of like listening to him on, you know through Spotify. But if I do have the chance to get his record, I'll pick it up. And for this instance, I was able to get a promo copy of this musician's record. This is on Columbia, and this is Thelonious Monk. This is Monk's Dream, the Thelonious Monk Quartet. As you can see, it still has the white strip and the A New Star on Columbia record sticker that Columbia put out. Did a lot for the musicians' records. So when I actually saw this same copy on eBay, but I ended up picking it up on through Discogs. So got this for I think like $30. I thought it was a good deal. It's also a white label promo. But like I said, when it comes to Thelonious Monk, I don't really pick up his records. And to say that, considering I've known about this album for years now, I I think Impex has reissued this, and for the longest time I was just like, I just kept holding it off and not wanting to get it. But Monk for me is like one of those that I don't mind at all just listening on through the Spotify and whatnot. Not whatnot auction, but like But yeah, I mean, Thelonious Monk Quartet. I listened to this a couple times now. It sounds really, really good. Thelonious Monk on piano, um, Charles Rose on tenor sax, John Orr on bass, and Frankie Dunlop on drums. Yeah, this one, when it comes to Monk's records, this is, at the top. I think many others can agree that this is one of those Monk's records that when you think of Monk, you think of Monk's Dream. So, I mean, when it comes to the other Monk records, I guess the ones on Blue Note come to mind. Anyway, this is the label here, white label, and the wax is very, very clean. I mean, there are some like like hairline, but other than that, it looks pretty clean and it sounds very good. I don't know if people will agree with me, like, when it comes to, honestly, it doesn't really matter, but, Thelonious Monk is one of those musicians that I do enjoy, but when it comes to collecting his stuff, I can wait, and when I do find the opportunity to get one of his records, like, for this instance, it was this copy, and I was like, okay, for $30, why not? Anyways, that was the last record from this for this video. There are a few more that I wanted to show, but I think for the next video I'm going to be discussing this particular record and the different pressings, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I mean, comment down below what you guys thought of the Meltime video. But yeah, if you've stuck this far, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you even want to go one step ahead further, put post notifications on. That would help out, and I would truly appreciate it. Like I always say, I'm very appreciative with every viewer that views these videos that I make from the start to the very end. So yeah, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.